Wolf Tracks. I'm Bobby the Wolf Mullins, your paranormal shock jock. Your DJ, the Outlaw, blah, 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 whatever. Anyway, welcome to Wolf Tracks. And hope we have a good show today, guys. You're listening to Wolves and Men by Metallica. I dig it. But anyway, let me turn this down a little bit. We're going to talk about alien craft. Shocker, I know. But there have been some sightings around volcanoes. But before we get started, the old wolf helped a friend, or tried to, this past week. Me and another friend of mine, my favorite Wiccan, tried to help a mutual friend. And, hold on, another. You gotta love water. Anyway, she was in a bit of trouble, and we tried to help. I guess she would listen. I don't know. I have no idea. My conscience is clear. I did what I could. And my Wiccan friend did what she could, and is what it is, right? Is what it is. Picked up that saying from an ex-girlfriend of mine. What's up, little lamb? Anyway, let's get on with the show, shall we? Oh, news. There it is, by the way. The release date for the new Star Wars movie is December 18th, 2015. Currently, according to the count, I'm going to tell them. Jeez. My guest, R2. Oh, thank you. Thanks a lot. I'm getting there. Good Lord. Anyway, the release date, like I said, is December 18th, 2015. That is 239 days and counting to the new Star Wars movie. You're excited too, huh? All right. I'm getting there. Anyway, it's a big deal for all you Star Wars fans. I'm one. I love Star Wars. I was there in 1977 to see it about 12 times. I drove my parents nuts and had to go see Star Wars: A New Hope. I saw it about 12 times. A little old theater near my house. And this little guy here was the reason. I loved R2D2. It was just the man, you know. Anyway, let's get on with the show. There are sightings. They say that these UFOs or whatever show up around cataclysms, storms, tsunamis, earthquakes, the Aurora Borealis lights. There's a sighting of a ship. One of my older shows describes that. It was some sort of ship flying around. And whether it was a ship or just a light show or what, I don't know what it was. But anyway, here's what I'm getting at. If I can get this to pull up. This here, let the screen adjust. There's a volcano erupting in Mexico. Now, if you notice, off to the side, there's a black triangle. I'll blow it up here in a second. There it is blown up. Now, that's flying around the volcano as it's erupting. Mexico's had a little bit of volcanic activity here lately, and there have all kind of sightings. Give you an idea of the sightings, there's the triangle, of course, but then there's this, which is kind of oddball. They say it looks like a horse. I don't know if it looks like a horse or not, but it's circled in red. It showed up around another volcano in Mexico that erupted. Now, whether they're getting gases, mining gases, fueling, causing the earthquake, no one really knows. Let's turn on some 80s music, shall we? My favorite stuff.
I'm Joshua Davis.
Oh, hold on.
I'm the arts director.
I don't care about Joshua Davis. Let's skip that. All right, anyway, the UFOs, technical difficulties on Wolf Tracks, really. But anyway, the UFOs are showing up during cataclysmic events like volcanoes erupting. Now, does that mean that they are causing them, or are they checking on their... According to the Anunnaki, they created us. So are they checking on us to make sure we're okay? Are they creating it to wipe us out? No one knows. Are the explosions or these volcanic activities so powerful that it's attracting them and they're just curious? No one knows. But there have been numerous sightings around volcanoes for some oddball reason. Just like the Aurora Borealis sighting, where they're using the energy in the Aurora Borealis to refuel to move on to their next whatever. Let me adjust my hair here. My golden locks. But anyway, my disclaimer. Yeah. If you don't like what you see, you don't like what you hear, the topics, the language, the equipment, cup full of water, turn me off. But if you like what you see, you like what you hear, the topics, the language, the cup filled with water, my girl, yeah, whatever, turn me on. Anyway, like I said, does the magnitude of these volcanoes actually attract them? Are they causing them? Email me, onewhitewolf0706@atd.net, and give me your answer. Well, I'll answer them next show. But anyway, like I said, that's what the show's about. I got a few images. Also, I saw something that I thought was fascinating. Let me pull it up for you. The whole triangle UFO thing is kind of wild, and I've got a good picture of what they think might be a triangle UFO, and I have a theory behind that. But if you look, there is, let's see, there's the triangle UFO. See the three lights? Now over here is an airplane. Over here's an airplane. Right here's a triangle. You notice the lights were different. Ooh, nothing burps like water. Nah, it doesn't have to say bang. Anyway, so people say the triangles are UFOs. Now, there was one sighted that was huge. I forget exactly where it was. Midwest, I guess. But it was huge, hovered over cities and whatever. The smaller triangles are what I'm talking about. The ones that just hover. Have the three lights at the bottom, or the triangle and the three lights, and then there's a central light. The NASA space program currently has the Hubble and a couple other really powerful telescopes up in space, and they're taking a look at our universe, trying to find habitable planets for us. They're trying to see what's at the Kuiper Belt, the building blocks of the universe, trying to figure out where we come from, basically, how we got started. They're using it to detect incoming asteroids or meteors or comets that might be detrimental to our planet, all kinds of stuff. Well, let's turn the clock back a little bit. We sent a probe out, Voyager. Everybody remembers Voyager, and if you don't, it's a small probe we launched to the end of our solar system. Well, currently Voyager is past our solar system, but it's still transmitting signals. It just takes a long freaking time for us to get them. But it's going to continue until it hits something, I guess, to transmit images. So, someone's going to be at NASA in 3015 going, "What the hell is this? Where'd this picture come from?" But anyway, they are currently working on sending a Hubble-style telescope, a real powerful telescope, floating around our planet. They're currently they're actually building this to actually send it up, out, whatever, and take pictures, better quality pictures of our planets, our solar system, and further beyond. And the reason they're going to go further beyond is because they're working on what's called an ion drive. But the platform is what's the interesting thing. They have to put this Hubble on something to get it out there. And the platform, guys, get this. The platform is a triangle. And the ion drive is in the back of it, and it has three lights at the bottom. They've already disclosed that. So now you put two and two together. Well, two and two, not one and one. Put two and two together, and if we're testing this platform in our atmosphere, don't you think it would be sighted and visualized or interpreted as a UFO? And I'm not saying UFOs don't exist, and I'm not saying UFOs do exist. That's the reason of this show. I want you to think. I want you to understand that there's other possibilities. Okay. Now, that being said, there's an area called Triangle Alley where they're seeing a lot of these triangles. Three lights hovering by, and they're in a set pattern and whatever. Now, if it's in a set pattern and it's a set place and it's over and over again, that's a test facility. This Triangle Alley, just to give you an idea, is near Area 51. So now the SR-71 Blackbird and our first stealth plane, they were considered UFOs also. The Flying Wing, which is our B-2 bomber, was considered a UFO because we didn't know what the hell it was. It was a triangle moving at incredible speeds. And the fighters, which take hard bank turns and all this, were considered UFOs also. Now, I'm not saying Area 51 doesn't have UFO technology or technology not of this planet, but I'm saying they are working on secret stuff that we aren't privy to know. They won't let us know for security's sake for our country. Because, like I said earlier in one of the other shows, he who has the tech wins. Now, if that's the case, why would we let our tech out? I mean, we had a big to do about the SR-71, I think it was, in the, now don't quote me on this, but I think it was the late 60s, early 70s. There was a model company that made an exact replica of it. And Russia got a hold of it. Well, they rebuilt the plane according to the model. At least the outside. They just had to throw engines in it and get it going. Put some avionics in it. Bye-bye. So it's easy to copy tech, so that's why they would keep it so secret. Now, going back to the triangles and the Hubble and all that, I'm not saying there's no such thing as life in space. I believe there is. I just believe I'm currently like a couple other scientists thinking we might be looking in the wrong place. We're looking for carbon-based life forms, which is what we are accustomed to because that's what's on this planet. I'm thinking there might be life forms that exist in other, they're not carbon-based. Like Stephen Hawking said, what if it's a silicon-based life form? Anything's possible. We've already proven that. Anything's possible. What if it's a silicon-based life form? That means we might be looking on the wrong planet. We've already discovered on our own planet that bacteria, which is life, can exist in what they call in water pockets in ice. In other words, like 12 feet of ice in Alaska. There's water pockets, warm spots in the water. Anyway, it's too cold for us to exist, but this bacteria lives in there. Or there's bacteria in the water near underwater volcanoes, near the vents, which are insanely hot. It would just incinerate us. The jet's coming off, but there's bacteria and other life forms living near it or in it, and it's living in these extreme conditions. So we're looking for something like us when we should be looking for something like them, I think, or like Stephen Hawking said, a silicon-based life form. I don't understand. I mean, you got to be open-minded about this stuff. And well, R2 agrees too. Apparently, R2 agrees. Thank you, R2. That was him saying you're welcome, I think. I don't know. I don't speak fluent droid. But anyway, the premise behind all this, I guess, is, oh God, what the hell? What the hell, man? Ooh. Let's play this one. A little rat and roll. Anyway, out of the cellar, my rat. You know, there you go, man. That's my buddy Chuck loved rat. Anyway, let's see. What's the time on the show? It's gone a little bit like it's supposed to. A little long, but I guess it's okay. But I just wanted to kick this stuff around in your old brain pan. And thank you for the emails on my theory on the causeway in Egypt. Because if you look at the causeway, if you pull it up, the Sphinx, Khafre's little temples or whatever at the bottom, there's like 3 or 4 of them with the Sphinx. They actually look like they represent the stars in that scabbard part of the constellation Orion. And like I said, I think with GPS, we can actually find the locations of the arms and the legs underneath these cities. Or South America, where the Mayans are, or the Aztec, or whatever. They built these belts, and no one's. And we've already discussed that South America, the jungle takes everything, and that's why it's so hard to find these ruins. Is because it's all grown over. So what if these are just laying there hidden? I think we could use dropping stuff on wolf tracks. I think we could use GPS and actually find these locations and get the answers we want. Well, anyway, guys, look, I'm going to get off here. Y'all be good. And like I said, don't get any on you unless you like it that way. Yeah, I know. I'm giving my disclaimer. Calm down. Anyway, I'm going to. R2 likes the disclaimer. Anyway, remember, pay attention to what walks by, crawls by, flies by, or slithers by, and don't get any on you unless you like it that way. And we'll get a picture of it. Send it to Bobby the Wolf Mullins at onewhitewolf0706 at att.net. And when you get a chance, check out a show on Ustream. I'm going to plug him because he's my buddy. He might be mad at me, but I'm going to plug him. Check out Richard Rants if you want a good laugh. It's a good show, guys. Take it easy, take it light, and don't get any on you unless you like it that way. And I'm going to remember, holler at your boy. Woo! I'm not going to the store, boys. No, I'm not going to the store. Look, I'm not getting a DW, okay? What's a DW? Driving while drinking water. No, you can do without drink. No, I'm not going. Look, I know you got your license, but it's a permit. Okay, you're not going. I'm sorry, I'm not going to jail, and you're not getting a ticket. Crazy, I swear to God, y'all are nuts. Y'all are nuts. Hold on, got a phone. Phone? Hello? Oh, the camera's still on. Oh, my bad. Let me cut that off.